Hey everyone, my name is Daniel, and in this video, I'll show you Copilot Studio Workflow's Human Review Connector. So I take an existing workflow which I already have for an agent, but now I add the human review because I want a human to review something before we hand it over to the agent. And I run into a gotcha as well, which I'll show you how to troubleshoot. So stick around, this is important for everyone. But first, here's my intro video. So let's get started. Now, before I show you how to use this connector, I need to first show you how to go ahead and enable it as well. And you guessed it, we got to go into the Power Platform Admin Center, most commonly known as PPAC, because it is a connector. So I have to make sure it is already allowed on your business side. And for that, we got to go to the Power Platform Admin Center's data policy. So you need to have the Power Platform admin role that's on the Entra side. Make sure you have that role because then only can you come over here and do this change that I'm going to show you. So you come over here to the PPAC and then you go straight down to the security. And here you go into data and privacy. And now you go to data policy. And decide over here which is your test environment because then you go ahead and make the change to the data policy assigned to that environment. So in my case, I have it as agentic policy. I know that this is the one that I'm going to test with. So I come over here, I click on the edit policy, and you can go through one by one, or you can jump straight over here to the pre-built connectors. And I've gone ahead and enabled this connector. So when I go to the business over here, the connector I'm looking for is the human review. This is the one that you want to make sure it is enabled, which means it's added into this business group. Because if you set this up the way I do, all the new connectors by default come to the blocked because that is the default one. So if you're new, your human connector is more than likely in this blocked bucket. You need to go ahead and find it and then move it into the business side. That's the first thing you have to do. Now this is with data policies. If you're one step ahead and you've already started using advanced connector policies, then for that you need to come over here to the manage, go to the environment groups, find your environment group. In my case, it would be production AI. Go to the rules, look for that rule. So I haven't quite added it yet, but the rule is called as advanced connector policies. And you make sure that connector, which is the human review connector, is also added over here. So these are the two admin settings that you absolutely need to do first. Take care of that. Now let me show you how the connector actually works. So here's the existing AI solution that I've already built. In my scenario, I have a public-facing website called Coffee Machine Inquiry Form. This is where people go ahead and give me their name, their email, and then the question. Questions can be anything tied to a coffee machine that they want to inquire about, all right? This is the front-end form. Now, in the back end, there is a workflow that runs. So let me show you that workflow. Right over here, there is a workflow called Coffee Inquiry Form. Here, the workflow gets triggered when somebody fills out the form. I get the details, and then I send the information directly to the agent. So here's the last piece. Let me show you the agent. The agent is called as Coffee Machine Agent, and over here, based on the response that I get, which is through the Microsoft form, the agent will go ahead and analyze everything, and then finally send an email back. So this is the overall AI solution that I have. And if you're interested about this, I've done a full detailed walkthrough because I initially built this as an autonomous agent. I created a whole video on that. Then I even showed you how to go ahead and transfer that from an autonomous to this new agent over here. I've got a video on that as well. So if you want both of those iterations of it, the links of that are down in the description below. But here's the overview. And the reason I did this is because I want to show you firsthand how you can take an existing agent and then enhance it with this new human review connector. So the problem I have right now is right here. You see back in the workflow, there is no human interaction to validate exactly what the question is. So let me give you an example over here, right? I'm going to come in directly to the form. And in my case, say if I fill out the form like this. The name, I go ahead and add Susan Sunzi. For the email, I put in catchallpro@gmail.com. And for the question, I type in something like this. Hi there, I'm looking to start my passion for coffee drinking, however, on a cheaper budget. Hence, I'm looking for machines that are less than $500, preferably red in color, and can make an espresso. Do you have any? Thanks in advance. Now, this is a legitimate question, and these are the type of questions for which I went and built my agent. So if I go and click on submit, the workflow starts, then it goes ahead and sends the trigger to the agent, and then the agent will go ahead and assess the question, create the answer, and then send it via an email. This is basically what this agent does. So any second now, I should get a response back to my email address right over here. Go to my Gmail, and I see an email is already waiting for me. When I go and click on it, I get this response. It says, "Greetings, Susan. Thank you so much for reaching out to us. We are thrilled to have you start your coffee journey. Great news, blah, blah, blah." And it gives me an overview. So you see, this is how it works right now, which is great. However, the agent assumes that every single question you are getting is inquiring about a coffee machine. However, what if the question is of such a scenario? All right, I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to try to replicate something. So let's go and call this another name. I'm going to call this as Henry, say Jameson, all right? Email address, which is this one over here. But the question, that is going to be completely different. This is where the things get a little different. So let's read through this question together. I am a businesswoman who is looking into opening several small coffee stores in the Carolinas area. I heard about your story on the local news and was touched by the work you do for the community, and hence I'd like to offer you my business. I'd like to get a quote of purchasing 20 industrial size espresso machines. I'm also interested to learn if you have any extended warranty and maintenance service package. Looking forward to collaborating with you. So you see, this question is completely different. So yes, I'm going to go and click on submit, but for a scenario like this, more than likely my agent will not find an espresso machine. So for scenarios like this, I want the human intervention. And this is why that human review connector is going to be super useful. So now that you understand what my need is, let's go and use that connector and enhance that agent solution. Just a quick update. If you wish to support my channel, you have two options. Go to my YouTube channel, click on join, and select any one of these membership options. Keep in mind, you can cancel it at any time. For a one-time payment, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Dan Christian and select either 1, 5, or as many coffees as you like. Thank you for your support. All right, so we're back in the workflow, but after the get response detail, I'm going to take this human review, I'm going to drag it, and I'm going to drop it right over here, just to make sure that it does connect to get response details, all right? So we've got over here, now I need to do some customization. So the first title that I'm going to put in is online inquiry by customer name, and then I'm going to use the dynamic content and actually get the name from the form that was submitted. So I'm going to put in the your name, all right? So got that. Next is the message piece. For that, again, I'm going to start with the dynamic content and I'm going to say your name, comma, a potential online customer submitted the following question. Please confirm if the question should be sent to the agent to respond, all right? So we can do that. Now for the assign to, there is the option for first to respond. So in my case, I'm just going to go and put in the two key people. One is me, and the intelligence basically goes and does the search. And the other one is also my partner in this business, which is Rosanna Christian. All right. So I went and put in both of these names. Now the channels, I have two options right now because this is how the human review works. I can do it through Outlook, which is send it as an email, or I can send it to Teams. So for now, I'm going to just put it as Outlook because I really want to test to see if there even is a form that comes into it. And for the inputs, I basically just want one, is when I go ahead and send this question to either Daniel or Rosanna, they should have a way to go ahead and say, hey, approve or not approve, which is basically just a yes or a no. So when I click on add an input, these are the inputs I see. And these are very similar, if not the same as the inputs we use when we are triggering a flow. So in my case, it's just yes and no. I'm going to leave everything as is over here because it is a yes and no type of input. And even the hint is pretty good. It says, please select yes or no. So I like all of this part over here. I'm just going to leave it as is. And this is basically how that human review works. In my personal opinion, it looks very similar to how the approvals connector works in the past. But hey, at least this was built specifically for the agent. So I'll gladly accept it. Now, we've sent it to the human. We need to do something based on the response of the human, which is basically do an if condition. So I'm going to come back and click on add a step. But for that, we're going to use an if and else right over here. All right. So for the if, I see this option on the right. So I'm going to click on this dynamic value and this one over here, which is the yes and no. If it includes yes, then go ahead and do this magic over here. Basically, whatever this if is right over here. But if it is else, then I want you to send this to another set of people, which in my case is basically the sales team. So here's what I'm going to do. In the else, I'm going to click on this add and I'm going to go and do a search for teams right over here. I'm going to do a search for teams. In my teams, I want to go and select it specifically to go and post it in a channel. And right over here, post message in a chat or channel. So it is going to go as a flow bot, which is I'm fine by that, but I'm going to go and post that in a channel. Now it's going to ask me for the team. My team, let me just quickly show you, is right over here. I've got something called as Jolly Rogers Java. My friend Andy Honeycutt knows exactly what I'm talking about here. So Andy, this is for you. So this is the team's name, and I've got a channel called Online Form Entry. So I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to search for Jolly Rogers Java right over here. That's the one. And then the channel one is the online form entry. And there you go, I've got that. Now I need to also give a message, like the people on the teams really need to see what's going on. And the neat thing is I can actually go ahead and put in my dynamic values. So here's what I'm typing in. I'm gonna say, hi sales team, a potential client name, and that name, I'll go ahead and get it from the form, which is right over here, the name. And then I'm gonna say, submitted a question. Please respond back at your earliest convenience. All right. And then to the following email address. And that email address, I'm also going to go and get it from the dynamic values, which was basically the email that was selected. And then I'm going to hit enter and I'm going to say the question is as follows there, and then get the actual question that was submitted right over here. Respond is right over here, the question. All right. So all of this looks good. Let me just go and save it. And there you go. All right, so I'm going to click on publish because I want to go and publish this off just to make sure this is working. Great, this got published. Let me go back to that form again. I'm going to go and submit another request. This time I'm going to go and say Justin Henry, my email address, putting the same one that I used before. And for the question, I'm going to put the exact same one, which was basically a businesswoman doing that inquiry. Now I'm going to click on submit. All right, so let's now switch over back into the flow right over here. Right now it is in the running phase, so it's waiting from the human review. All right, so it's now going to go and send me an email. I already see an email come through over here. Right over here, it says that Justin Henry, a potential online customer submitted the following question. Please confirm if the question should be sent to the agent to respond. And from here, I'm going to click on no, all right, because I don't want it to go to the agent. I'm going to click on submit. All right, let's go take a look at that workflow. All right, so I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to go into the activity. And in the activity, this is the successful one. As you can see, it ran successfully, but we completely skipped going to the agent. What's happened is that the message now goes directly into the teams. It gets posted over there. So let's quickly go into the team site. All right, I'm going to come over here. This is the team and this is the channel. And as you can see, it got posted over here. See, this is the beauty of that human review connector. We're adding the human intelligence over here because now we're not going to send a blank response back to the users by email. We're actually going to come over here because this is a sales request. The sales team is going to go ahead and review at it and then will respond back to the original requester in a timely manner. This part is pretty awesome. So I want to end by showing you that the human review connector can also be used in the current Copilot Studio. You see over here, this is not the new version. So here in the flows, when I click on a new agent in the designer piece, let me just go ahead and add a trigger. We'll do the exact same one, which is the Microsoft Forms, all right, which is right over here. Let's go and even select that same one, which is the coffee machine inquiry, all right. And the next one as well, the Microsoft Forms get response detail. All right, I'll skip that for now because over here, if I search for human review, see, you can find that over here, human review connector. The only thing I noticed over here was that there was two options. So this request information, that is the exact same as what we saw over here. Let me go into the build, go into the human review, see how we saw the title, message, assigned to. When we go into the current Copilot Studio, it's the same thing. Title, message, assigned to, which is the first to respond, and then the channel, whether you want to post it on Outlook or you want to post it on Teams. But in the current one, I also see one more option. I see this option, run a multi-stage approval. And when I click on it, this is what I see. And when I click on set up the approval, a whole new pop-up window comes. And now under create, I have the option to do a multi-stage or an AI stage. Now, both of these require their own separate video, and I'll do that at a later time. But I do want to call the one thing out is that this feature is not just available for the new Copilot Studio and its workflows, it's also available for the current Copilot Studio and its flows. So definitely go check this out as well. So one thing is for sure, this human review connector is definitely worth testing and getting used to, and it's completely up to you. Whether you want to do it in the workflows of the new Copilot Studio experience or in the flows of the current Copilot Studio, both of them have the option. All you got to do is just make sure that you go ahead and allow that connector. Basically, make sure if it is blocked, go ahead and unblock it. Hopefully, this video was useful to you. And as always, keep using Copilot Studio. Hey everyone, my name is Daniel, and I'm a community contributor focusing on all things AI related. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a like and leave a comment behind. I love reading the feedback you leave behind as it really helps me shape my future content. And if you want more content like this, subscribe and turn on notifications. So once again, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.